It's the beginning of another weekend. Welcome to the show. I am Mariam Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Nima Akasha Zibiri, how are you?
Fine. I'm grateful to God for life and new beginnings. Let me bring it like that. Straight to business.
You don't have any other thing to say?
Yeah. What are you doing this weekend?
You are looking for trouble, Father.
It's my in-laws' 40 days fidel prayer for her dad. And this, my auntie, has been there for family. She's one of our wives from Kogi that, you know, she's just always there for family. So I'll be showing up, certainly, but it's somewhere in Ogun State. And then there's also an event on Sunday. A friend of mine is opening up her kitchen studio, SMD, so we'll be there, inshallah, as well. Congratulations to her.
Nice.
I'm hoping to get some sleep on Monday. Then I'll resume work on Tuesday.
Okay.
Well, excuse me, what's the meaning of that announcement? Why are you taking a day off in public? Producers, you did not hear that. You did not hear it. I'm doing amazing. It's going to be a very busy weekend for me. Starting from tonight, the book club. You know, this is the first. Why did you do Ganga? It's book club. We're reading this night.
Yes.
So we've picked the book for the first month.
Okay.
And You Are Not Your Brain. It's a book on how you can make the right decisions in your business, your career. And so I'm all about personal development books. Then also My House is Full. I've been taking them out to see. We had the get-together last night. We went for dinner outside the whole table.
Wow, it's very cool.
Yeah, everywhere. It was as if we're celebrating something, but just let's give them a feel of Lagos. You know, when you come from Lagos, from Imo, you should know the difference.
So
then on Sunday,
back soon, I'm sure.
yeah, they're going back soon just for a week. You know, school will soon be resuming. Then on Sunday, I'm going to be preaching in church. The women are having a program. And they have decided that I preach, that they have missed my preaching. And I'm like, whoa, I'm scared, though. I don't want to allow.
How you doing, Mariam?
I'm fine, thank you. Today is my lovely, lovely auntie's birthday. Auntie
Today?
D, yes. Mrs. Dorcas Temlong. Happy birthday. She's just such a beautiful person inside and out. And I wish you the very best, you know, of today. And the new year. Look at me.
Okay,
Anyways, so I've been getting these messages from people where they've been complaining about police officers profiling them and stopping them, young people, young boys. And to be honest, I've seen that myself. So, you know, when the Ojota axis was blocked, a lot of people were going, you know, through that road, the express. You'd see traffic is caused when you try to find out the reason for for the traffic is police officers always stopping cars. And usually when I pass, I see young boys either in dreads, young boys. You know how young boys can look now? Bring them out. So I got a couple of messages who have said that this has happened to them many times and they don't understand what is happening. It just seems like they're being profiled just for being a young man living in Nigeria. Yeah. And I'm saying to the police, please, let's do this thing better. Because sometimes also it ends with money's changing hands. People, they're giving you people money on the streets. There's one thing if there's a crime involved, but there's another thing if you're just profiling them so that they can remove money and give you. It's not right and it's not fair. Please, let's stop it.
It's okay to profile, but profile, so introduce yourself, you show your...
Yes.
Without any means for suspicion, let the person go. But they'll hold you, they sort of cause a delay, so you're then forced to pay your way out.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I just want to use this opportunity to remind Nigerians to get vaccinated. It's important for us. The only way we can defeat this virus is to ensure that as many people get vaccinated as soon as possible. I'm dreaming past a few healthcare centers, primary healthcare centers, and I see that people are actually lining up. So the vaccines are here. People are getting vaccinated. Please get your jabs as soon as possible so that we can have that herd immunity as soon as we can. It's important for us to get vaccinated to help your loved ones, not so that they can knock through, so that they won't die. They may fall sick a bit sometimes, but at least we know that our lives will be prevented. If you need more information, please go to ViralFacts. I found that website, and I thought it had so much information. ViralFacts.com will give you all the information you need concerning COVID-19. Please get vaccinated today. Okay, let me go on a break. It's Friday. Celebrities are popping with gist left, right, and center. But first, let's go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay, as usual, we'll start with the nation. Government malls compulsory COVID-19 vaccination. Delta court didn't stop Buni as APC chairman. Governor seek halt or promissory notes to contractors. Picture here of former governor of Ogun State, Ibukele Amosun, visiting Asiwaju in London. Court freezes 19 billion naira in ex-bank MD's account. Liberia will fall in Lagos, Raw Iheanacho confident. Okay. Which story do we want to take?
Okay, so the ex-bank MD had about, I can't find the story where I took note of it.
The court freezing the 19 billion naira?
Yes, so a court action was taken against him, and all the accounts of the MD was frozen by the court, and I can't find the details.
Okay, let's say with the major headline.
Sorry, I found it,
vaccination.
Yes. So Atuche, yes, is his name. And the, Francis Atuche, he was a bank managing director, and the Ikeja High Court froze about 19 million naira allegedly kept in 24 bank accounts by him. And the other, sorry.
Yeah, someone else. The major story.
It's okay, it happens.
Yeah, so the federal government is saying that they would start giving vaccinations to everyone compulsorily. Right now, it's still voluntary, and government workers will be mandated to take the vaccinations first. But they're saying that before they start this, they're going to ensure that there's mass availability of the vaccines. And for now, it's already compulsory for people who are going on pilgrimage to either Saudi Arabia and Israel. And one of the reasons they said they want to do that is the fact that civil servants will be traveling outside the country in a bid for several meetings, United Nations meetings, and it's now becoming very important that you have vaccinations. There are some people that when you're traveling, they make exemptions for you when you're already vaccinated. Now, if the whole of America, United Kingdom have succeeded in making sure that a majority of the people have been vaccinated, if you're coming into that country, they will stop you, and then you may not be able to perform your functions. And so they're making it very compulsory. Also, they're expecting 29 million doses of American-made Johnson & Johnson to come in very soon. So hopefully we'll have enough vaccines for everybody, and then you must be vaccinated as a Nigerian.
Yes, so the defense headquarters has said that in the last week they have been able to, they said that no fewer than 5,890 Boko Haram members have surrendered to the troops in the northeast, and that the defense headquarters said that this is as a result of their, making sure that they have been on them, bombardment of their hideouts, and so they have nowhere to hide. They also just listed many of the things that they have done. They said of these members that have surrendered, they have commanders in there as well, and that some 81 bandits have been arrested. 33 kidnapped victims have been rescued. And then another 15 bandits killed by troops. They also said in this period, an ISWAP logistics vehicle conveying assorted goods and contraband items was also destroyed. So it seems that the army is, making good progress. And so well done, and thank you for all your hard work and all the sacrifice. And may we finally be able to put this particular insurgency to rest. Amen.
Let me quickly just put the facts out quickly. So the order that froze this account was from Justice Latifa Okunu's court, and it froze accounts related to this Atuche man. So Atuche is presently serving a 6-year jail term for converting and diverting funds while he was a chief financial officer of the bank, not mentioned in the story. But 15 relatives, mostly surnames Atuches in one way or the other, linked to him, have their accounts frozen, and the court has ordered that everybody should present any note or anything to those accounts until the matter is finally settled. Okay,
the Punch. Rising spending, FG's 3-year deficit hits 15.4 trillion amid revenue crisis. Ondo residents decry 10-year blackouts, blame Benin Disco. Peacemaker stabbed to death during scuttle in Lagos bar. Blasphemy, Sharia court orders mental evaluation of Islamic cleric. Stop abductions, UNICEF tells FG, 5 Zamfara students freed. Our 6-month expenses outstrip revenue, by 1.65 billion naira, says SEC. No quick fix to doctors' demand, says Mamora. Delta Court judgment no going back on Saturday. Congress's APC insists. Tackle insecurity, ministers sacking diversionary. Minority reps tell Buhari. And federal government plans compulsory COVID-19 vaccination for civil servants.
And let me take the human interest story. So it's a very sad story. A man, Aminu Yusuf, a 30-year-old man, has been killed. They said that he was intervening in a fight between one Mr. Jones Ogelejeme in the Vokes area in Ojo local government, that they were in a bar, and this Mr. Jones was fighting with someone else. Aminu decided to come in, to try and separate them. Jones, thinking that Aminu was joining his the other person to fight him, took a sharp object and stabbed him in his neck. They said onlookers there quickly rushed him to the hospital, but unfortunately was pronounced dead. And for Mr. Jones, they said they beat him to a stupor. He was seriously injured. He was taken to hospital, but he has survived this, and the police have now taken up the case. This is the third story in 3 days that we've taken concerning anger and fighting and how it costs lives.
Drugs. Major headline in the Punch. So the federal government are tackling, the Nigerian Governors Forum are tackling federal government and the finance minister for payment of 418 million consultant fees for those who facilitated the Paris and London club, bailout that we had. And they're saying that the matter should have been stayed, but the finance minister, through the debt management office, gave promissory notes to these consultants. And that circumstance for them is suspicious. So they are dragging the matter seriously with her. I think when the matter is in court like that...
Also, in addition to that, so experts are also saying that the government must cut spending, by reduce the cost of governance so that they can actually increase revenue, because obviously we have a shortfall of 15.4 trillion naira. That's not good. Fiscal deficit.
Our profit is about 28 point something trillion naira, and we spent with our revenue generated we spent only our expenditure is 28.1
trillion
naira,
yes.
But we spent about our revenue is just 12 point something trillion.
12.7 trillion.
So we have excesses of about 15 something.
Yeah. I don't think there's this UNICEF. Oh, okay, you haven't taken a survey.
Let me just take one quickly. So some communities in Ondo State, Ondo South Senatorial District of Ondo State, are appealing to the president to rescue the people of the district from blackouts. They said hundreds of communities in the district, comprising of about 6 local government areas, have been without electricity for over 10 years. Now, the riverine areas have been disconnected from the national grid for also over 10 years. This is also destroying their socioeconomic development. And I think that area, about 3 million people who have been in darkness for this long. There is no industry that is thriving as a result of that. And they are also the oil-producing districts in Ondo South. So they are asking the federal government to step in, the president to step in. And they are wondering, are you saying that the BDCs are higher than the NEC? Why? They've been trying to have resolutions on how they can get electricity, but it seems like the BDC is not interested in giving it to them. Right. So they are asking for help from the president.
Right.
Yeah, so the United Nations Children's Fund representative to Nigeria, Peter Hawkins, in reaction to the 73 students who were recently kidnapped in Zamfara. Take this story because I like what he said. He says that it is that we reiterate that attacks on schools and abductions of learners are a gross violation of children's rights and a horrific experience for children to go through, one which could have long-lasting effects on their mental health and overall well-being. Schools must be safe. No child should experience any harm when they go to school, and no parent should come to grief for sending their children to them. And so he's just also asking the government to expedite the rescue of these children, those ones and the ones that have been taken earlier. This is really a sad situation that every day we sit down, we talk about students being kidnapped from schools. And
for those of us monitoring international news, you know how Hurricane Ida has taken over, I think it's Louisiana and New York. And the picture story in Punch tells all the story of what's going on over there. So these are natural disasters that many countries cannot avoid. And we just hope that, thank God we don't have hurricanes here, but at least the ones we know of, floods, we should prepare
We have, it's just not...
we have flood now.
We have flood.
Let's go on a quick break.
Man-made
When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're going to move on to Daily Sun. Masari passes vote of no confidence in IGP. Enugu Assembly passes anti-open grazing bill. NDDC audit report exposes mismanagement of 6 trillion naira. Alleged graft Kogi threatens legal action against AEFCC. Election fraud. Others facing Nigerians to lose confidence in process, TMG warns. Fuel subsidy continues till 2022, says NNPC. FG malls compulsory vaccination for workers. Please, somebody tell me you took the NNPC. Subsidy. No, we all kind of missed it. I missed it. I just saw it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yes, but I took the governor of Katsina State, who met with the Inspector General of Police, who was on a working visit in Katsina State, and he was just, you know, talking about how they do not have enough policemen in Katsina to fight the issues that bedevils them right now. He says that there are about 8 million people that live in Katsina State. And from the numbers of police officers in that state, he said there are about 3,000 policemen. So that's like one policeman to over 200,000 people. That's what they are dealing with.
Wow.
He said, well, he also understands that also these police officers, we have some of them in the southeast fighting, you know, the issues there in the northeast, in the northwest, different places. And so obviously they need more help. And he's saying that he's looking to recruiting more vigilantes because they need the intelligence that vigilantes will bring in. Where they see a crime being committed, they can give information ahead of, you know, to security operatives. And also said that it's important for people in the communities to understand that they have a vital role to play when it comes to this fight, because they have to report criminal activities without thinking of any family or tribal affiliations. The IGP says that they are working hard to recruit even more police men, that they're looking to recruit about 20,000 policemen by 2021. And he assures, you know, the Katsina State government that they're working hard to make sure that all hands are on deck.
The TMG is the Transition Monitoring Group. Their chairperson, our Musarraf Sanjani, was talking about Nigerians losing confidence in our election process and then calling on government, as usual, to please do what they need to do to curb all the excesses of government and people around. He says that we have insecurity issues. They just took an inventory of some of the issues that, you know, are making Nigerians not have trust. And then they said we need to be more transparent with the electoral process. Basic, same thing. But, you know, aside telling us something extreme, what else don't we know?
Okay, so Enugu State House of Assembly yesterday became the 3rd state in the southeast geopolitical zone to pass into law the anti-open grazing bill. So the Joint Committee held a public hearing and on the bill, where residents, traditional rulers, town union leaders, and, you know, all the major stakeholders gave their support so that they can pass the bill. Now, the bill is a 16-page document with 36 sections. According to them, they said this bill is not targeted at anybody or any group, but it's just for the good of the people of the state. And so they're encouraging more people to go ahead and pass the bill into law.
Okay, so I have a story on...
NNPC.
Yeah, NDC, so the much awaited...
NNPC.
The NDDC actually report. The NDDC report that we've been waiting for finally came out and was submitted to the president. So according to the report, it says that it was the report, the reconciliation came between 2001 and 2019, and they're saying that 7 trillion has been expended in NDDC, over 13,000 projects, which have unverified developments and uncompleted. And saying that they're going to investigate, they actually had about 362 accounts that lacked proper reconciliation. So they were running 362 accounts, which there was absolutely no information about. And then they had there were over 13,000 projects which were unverified and kind of could not be traced.
Wow. I can't wait for the president to...
So the president is going to... They've handed over to the Attorney General of Federation, who's going to begin to prosecute. And now they have actual people to prosecute. So they're going to begin to open up the prosecution, and says that we will include, but not limited to, initiation of criminal investigations, prosecution, recovery of funds, and property that were collected by these people. Okay, and let's move on now to the Nigerian Tribune. Police rescue 5 abducted Zamfara students. We talked about that. 27.4 million Nigerians earn less than 100,000 naira per annum, says Sarah. FG to make COVID-19 vaccine mandatory for civil servants. Over 13,700 NDDC projects compromised, says report. SEC going bankrupt. Senate raises alarm. Only PDP NEC can suspend Mrs. Secondus. 2023, Atiku moves meetings to Ibadan. Bailout funds could give debunks EFCC allegations. And FG is robbing South of gas revenues. Akwa Ibom governor laments at the meeting with Ramfak. Okay.
Let's take Kogi State. So, you know, we've been talking about the EFCC investigation on Kogi State, where they alleged that there was a 20 billion naira bailout funds for salaries that seems that the Kogi State government had put in a fixed deposit account and had taken money out of it, and not for the purpose for which it collected the loan. Kogi State have come out to say that they are shocked as to how the EFCC came about this patently false information. First of all, there was a bailout loan that was taken by Sterling Bank, and that that account that they see is a mirror account for administrative purposes. That money has already been used for the purpose it was being asked for. They said when they came in 2016, the state was in arrears of salaries and allowances to civil servants and pensioners in the excess of 50 billion naira. The previous administration had asked for the bailout fund, but did not acquire it during their own administration. So the Yahya Bello administration followed up on it. They got it, and they have used it for that. That account that they've seen is a mirror account that they use for administrative purposes, and that they are wondering, throughout this investigation, EFCC did not deem it fit to call one person in this administration to sit them down and ask them questions. And they went on the newspaper. So I guess we'll hear back and forth who is telling the truth.
I know your English.
They say it's for administrative purposes.
So, the police rescued 5 of the Kaya students abducted in Kaya Maradu local government in Zamfara State, and they're saying that the ongoing search is yielding results. The 5 students have been debriefed, medically checked, and all of that. And I must comment that they found 5, but we're hoping that they find the rest of them.
So I was at SERAP yesterday, and they had the research report, and it was interesting to see the numbers. According to, they were trying to show that corruption is further plunging the poor into poverty. So we have corruption at different levels. So there's that initial corruption of maybe getting the hospital facility done. So that corruption happens. But now to have the poor man access that facility in itself, there's a different level of corruption. So because we're not tackling corruption, it's trickling down to the poor, and it's causing more people to be poor. So they have quite a number of figures that Mariam, want to take a few figures there?
Okay, yes. So the report says that 27.9% of Nigerians living in poverty, that's more than 15.6 million, earn between 100,000 and 200,000 per annum. It states that 10.7% earn between 201,000 and 300,000 per annum. 12.5% earn more than 300,000. And it's just really, as you said, about corruption. Yeah. And it says that poor people are actually victims and not perpetrators of corruption, because in order to even access what it is rightfully theirs, they're involved in this. I mean, it must have been a very interesting
it was a very interesting conversation we had. And what was more painful is that the few poor people that had access to federal government facilities were saying they never paid bribe. So what that communicated to me is that if we actually have the facility, the corruption would reduce, because then it's there for people. But it's because there's scarcity of it. So I have to pay somebody to, somebody was saying that if in Nigeria, if you are sick, the first thing you do is, who do I know in Duluth?
Yes.
Who do I know in
Or
Jeddah?
else you won't get access.
You won't get access because you know there's no bed space.
In fact, already reports are coming in that people to get vaccinations, that there are some centers, in order to make sure you get it on time,
You have to
that
pay.
they are asking for payments to be made. We turn everything into an avenue for
So
collecting,
that's where
for
I'm
bribery and
talking about.
corruption.
Final paper, Vanguard. Let's find a story not taken. Governors, reps, caucus tackle FG over the $419 million payment to consultants. 42 African nations set to miss global COVID-19 vaccination target. Release Sunday Igboho to avert looming danger, Yoruba diaspora group says. Why petrol smuggling remains high in Nigeria by Kyari, NNPC boss. 2021 UTME, only 168,613 of the 1.13 million candidates scored above 200, says report. And let's see, APC's crisis. Delta Court order not binding on me, says Governor Bumi.
You're going to take the NNPC. So
Yeah.
the group managing director of the NNPC, Malamele Kyari, is blaming the huge price of differentials for the large scale of smuggling of premium spirits, or what we call petrol. According to him, he said the price difference of over 100 naira per litre between what is sold in Nigeria and other countries is what is really responsible for the smuggling. And it's been very difficult to curb the activities of these smugglers. He said, though they have made some progress working with other agencies, the battle is yet to be won. And because of these smuggling activities, they cannot even have a figure of what actually we are consuming in Nigeria. Then secondly, JAMB recorded poor performance by candidates as only 168,603 persons or candidates scored above 200 out of 400. It says 64,323 scored 190 to 199. 90,688 scored between 180 and 189 marks. Though JAM allows institutions to now fix the cutoff marks, those who scored less than or about 140 may be able to get admission into school. The cutoff points for 2021 admission are still yet to be decided by different schools.
Although I also feel that this COVID pandemic and the
Could have
lockdown affected a lot of students.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Okay, that's all we can take on the front page review. When we return, we're bringing our guests from Lush. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So this is our sponsored segment by Lush Hair. Well, welcome to the show, Mr. Toby's Touch.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma.
How you doing?
Good morning.
I'm good. How you
So
doing?
we know that you're a bridal hair stylist. Yes. And obviously one of the reasons why you're here is because Lush probably is one of the brands that you use, and you also, I think you're the host, I think the facilitator for the recently concluded session of the Lush Academy. Yeah. Tell us, how was that about?
Oh, well, the Lush Hair Academy was about retraining people to become a hairstylist, but a hairstylist, not just a hairdresser. Because for me, there's a difference between a hairdresser and a hairstylist.
Oh, okay.
Because for hairdresser, I feel hairdressers do what they see, or perhaps they do what is what they see as norm. But for hairstylists, they go really deep. It's more intense because they understand exactly. They understand what is all about, not just I do this because that's how people do it. So hairstylists are more professional.
So when I watch all these fashion TV outside the country, I realized that when somebody walks into the salon to make their hair, you know, the hairstylist will look at you, look at your personality, look at your facial structure to pick the hair that suits you, and they always come out right. Is that what hairstyling is about?
Exactly. That is the job of a professional hairstylist. Oh. We understand, you know, because for you to achieve a particular look, you have to consider so many things, like the skin tone, the facial structure, and all that. So when you put those things into consideration, you know what to the client. So it's more like you giving the clients what they want, not really what it's like you're giving them what they need, not really what they want.
Wow.
Okay.
So this church is short for what? What's your name?
Oh, well, my name is Oluwatobiloba Emmanuel Ogunbiyi. So my brand name comes from my name, Toby.
Okay.
Yeah, then touch is my signature.
Yeah, signature touch. So you're working with Lush Hair. Why is there anything particularly advantageous about using Lush Hair? Is it really nice, or why does it stand out? Why does Lush Hair stand out from all the others?
From its name, Lush, I think Lush has, I mean, I call it a total package. Because one of the things we look out for is using products that gives us what we really want. Now, for Lush, I think it starts from the texture. Lush products have the best texture so far. It's skin-friendly. It's light, because at the end of the day, you wearing a particular hair, you have to like own it like it is yours. So Lush gives you that natural feel. It makes you feel more comfortable. And I feel when it comes to hair, it boosts the confidence of every woman. So, and I think Lush products have all the qualities.
Let's step back a bit. Tell us about your journey becoming a hairstylist, because you seem to be very proud of this profession. And I mean, it's good to encourage people out there that, listen, you can make money out of a lot of things in this country. You don't have to just look at the regular traditional roles. So tell us exactly your journey and how you became so professional in this.
Oh, well, the journey has not been easy because I come from an African home. You know, our parents have this idea of you have to become a doctor, a lawyer. And the fact that I grew up with so many female friends, yeah, I do follow them to the salon. Then I notice, I mean, after they're done with the hair, I still feel something is wrong. I mean, I think African women are blessed with amazing facial structure and features. And I just feel something is missing. So I decided to do my own research. So I started using my phone, Opera Mini, to look for hairstyles. So more like I learned everything online. Yeah, even though not everything you see online is right. So it's like me going there to like pick up raw resources, yes, and I break it down into my own understanding, then come up with how to achieve that particular thing in a better way. So it's more like a stressful journey. And of course, you're trying to convince people that, you know what, this thing you're wearing is not right. I can do it better. You know,
Do you get paid well for this job?
Oh, before now, no, but now, yes.
What's the difference?
Yeah, because, you know, like I said earlier, you're trying to convince them that, okay, I can do this. So you have to do a lot of free services. Yeah. So the Nigerians are like Thomas.
To get them to
when
trust
they see it, yeah, that's when they believe.
Yeah.
So then I was doing more of building my portfolio.
Share with us some of the highlights of styling. What are the ones that you consider, or who did you style that you consider so, you know, a major win for you?
Major win. I would say all the brides I've styled.
Aww.
All of them, all the clients, not even just brides, even all the clients, because it all boils down to, it's not just those that will give you training. At the end of the day, it is the lift on their face. You know, it's the smile. You know, when Ellie looks at the mirror and she just gives you, I mean, that light just comes like it to be, oh, I love this. I think that's always been my highlights. Because I don't just, I've not styled, I mean, I've styled a lot of people. So it's not about the number of people, but the number of people who appreciate, who love what I've done for them.
Yeah, so what are some of the trends in hairstyling right now? What are the new things that is in vogue?
Oh, well, when it comes to bridal, I won't call it trend, I'll call it standard.
Okay.
I think because some styles have come to space. They've been in existence for years, and it's still there.
The one
like,
you pack up?
Yeah, like the center part, low bun, side sweep, low bun, high bun. I think those are timeless hairstyles that have been existent even before the coming of Christ. And I think till now, they're still timeless. But however, when we style, we don't just give it back to you the way you say it. We try to infuse your personality into your look.
I feel like having my wedding again so that I can...
You can
Anniversary, you are game.
Okay, so when you know hairstylists are watching you, what would you say to them? Like maybe are the 3 important things that you need to have to be a successful and a creative hairstylist? Oh,
well, 3 things are very important. The first thing is your character.
Oh,
because a saying goes that your talent takes you places, your character keeps you there. You need to learn how to tolerate people to some extent. And secondly is your passion. Hairstyling is not just a job, it's a noble profession. It's something, for me, it's spiritual. Because even when I'm not in a good mood and I get a call, so we have to make this hair, I don't know, my mood like goes from like 0 to 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not about the teaching at the end of it?
Well, I think that's the last thing.
Okay.
Put a tag on it. I mean, because trust me, we need to monetize this thing. And I think that's why we hairstylists were still struggling, yeah? Means we were struggling to to become that big because we tend to go after, okay, no, just post and tag me. So we don't put a tag or put a price tag on our service. So people underpay us or perhaps see us as, oh, you know what, just give them something. But for hairstylists now, and for people that I've seen, I think we're trying, we're getting that level.
Yes.
So I like what Lush Hair is doing, because working with various stylists like you, I mean, part of that partnership of Lush and the stylist is such that it's letting us see the profession in this work. So tell us about this relationship with Lush and how it came about and where you hope to take it to next.
Okay, like I said earlier, Lush brand is what I call a total package. I mean, Lush give a platform that has never happened in Africa before, where you bring hairstylists under one roof. Yeah, not just for us to dine and wine, but to discuss about the growth of the hair industry. Because I feel the hair industry is still like, we're still backward. We need, and the fact that Lush is trying to make people understand that hairstylists are not competitors. They don't have to compete with themselves. We are colleagues. We need to come together and think about, okay, what can we do to bring about a facelift in the industry? Yeah, so Lush is just a brand you just want to work with. Lush is a force.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
it's a force. Interesting, nice. Okay, so we have to wrap up with you, but anything else you're planning with? Let us know. Tell us about what you're planning for your company.
If you were, okay, just something on a lighter note. Looking at us, what would you say would be most suited to her face? Would be most suited to her face, my face, and her face?
Oh, like I said, African women are blessed with amazing features.
Nima's face.
Yeah,
Quick
but guess what? I won't just give her a style, because when it comes down to it, we're coming.
Okay.
Because the kind of outfit you want to wear determine the style you'll be wearing. So, if, for instance, if I do a center part on you and the dress, and the style of your dress
does not match.
That, So it's like everything has to synchronize. It has to come together to give you that perfect look.
The jewelry, everything.
Everything, down to your colon.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Toby.
Thank you.
Toby's touch it is. So we'll
Yes,
definitely look out for you and your work with Lush.
Thank you.
All right, let's go on a break now. When we come back, celebrity. You know, today is Friday, Celebrity Friday as well. We have hot, sizzling celebrity gist. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So, as you know, Fridays we discuss celebrity gist, and today we're going to be taking lessons from the Idibia family story, which Annie Macaulay Idibia posted herself. According to her, she called out her husband Two-Face Idibia for defying their marital vows and spending nights together with one of his ex-lovers and baby mamas, Pero. According to her, your baby mamas constantly use your children as an excuse for all sorts of rubbish. Now, Two-Face's brother and sister-in-law have also come out to drag Annie in different ways. Now, we are concerned and would like to let you know your thoughts on this. Now, as usual, I'll get the ladies' initial comments on the story, and we pack the family story because our job is also to talk about people's family members. But we'll take out this scenario and see how we can look at it in different perspectives, and that's the focus of today's show. You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also send us messages on YouTube and on Facebook. We'll be happy to read your messages. So let's start with your initial thoughts. So this is a woman who is married to a man who she knows has baby mamas, and the allegation is that when you took your children to Disney during summer, you got a room, you got a house or a flat, and then you stayed with your baby mama who you're not married to, with the kids and all that. And she felt that was offensive. And then she took it out on social media. Of course, family members were now going back and forth, bringing up our own dirty linens and all that. Now, what are your thoughts, your initial thoughts on this? And then let me come to BC first.
Okay, so the story was a bit too messy for me. There were different angles popping up on social media. So the brother-in-law accused her of bringing up a case that happened pre-COVID. That's, according to him, the Disney incident happened pre-COVID. And why is she bringing it out now? Accuse her of bringing her mom in the house. They are trying to, you know, manipulate and do all sorts of things in that house, you know. And she went back to tell them that, you know, that this guy you people are trying to, everybody's just, you know, putting their problems on him. He's actually sick. And you people are trying to drain him, you know, talked about how they should have been more understanding and how they can pick up jobs so that they are not, you know, putting their burden on him. And I was just going, and there was something I saw recently that said, who caused this generation to bring all their dirty linen in public? Why can't we sort out this as a family? Why can't we have the conversations? The most painful part for me was even Annie's brother, who did another video, you know, saying that he has disowned her, he has nothing to do with her. And I'm wondering, at what point do you now go outside to... I used to think that as a family, outside, if people insult us, we would pull hands together and fight those outsiders because they are outsiders. When we come inside, we handle our mess. That's what I thought. But to have a brother come out in the midst of all of this, so everybody is actually angry as we speak. And then you come out to say you are no longer, I just feel it's too messy. And I'm beginning to ask myself, why do we have to put out all this on social media?
Nima, let me come to your initial thoughts.
Social media, so for all of them, everybody, starting from Annie, the brother-in-law, the sister-in-law, her brother, I think they are all immature and people who seriously need help. Because whatever happens online stays online.
For life. Somebody will Google it, it starts to come up. You know, just Googling this story and finding it interesting. The pair of spats with Annie, the public fights, the club and all of that fight came up. So everything that happens online stays online. This is not something that should have been addressed online. But for the marital issue, I think Annie, this is not because she's a woman now, but because she started the online, she took it out. I blame her. I think that you married your husband, you know him. You marry these people, you know them. There are better ways to resolve issues. Sometimes you compromise one. You know, because they had to now start dragging her mom. I would hate to see someone, because of my actions, take out my family, bring them out in public. I think it's something I would do everything to avoid. So I expect more from her. I think more responsibility to, you know, think holistically about your actions and think, how will it affect other people? Because now we're hearing, you know, accusations, slanders, and defamation, and people going at her mom in ways that, you know, even if sorry happens tomorrow, you can't wipe it away. You know,
let me come to Mariam.
The brother. I wanted to land on this brother. You know, they always say in Yoruba culture that you know, this is the behavior of because Annie is your blood. You can fall out with your siblings. In fact, fall out if you want to fall out. Sometimes I'll tell my siblings, I don't want to see you people again. If you come to my house, my younger brother will come to my house and will not do chores. I will say some things to him. I will say, okay, go. But I will go and look for my brother. It's my blood. You can call him, or you make a video without unsolicited. This wasn't an interview. This wasn't you and what's his name, the guy everybody's having interviews sessions with now. It's not, you took out a video and you want to talk to your sister.
He's an adult. He can do whatever he wants to do.
He's an adult, but it is the wrongest thing to do.
Let me come to Mariam, because it seems as if from this story, Annie can't win. So this is a woman, according to, has been with him all his life, even while he had nothing. She started from the beginning. And she's watched him have baby mamas left, right, and center. Still through that, she stayed there and tried to be a good wife, the best she can. And she's still trying to win. But this happens, and it's almost as if, with all my sacrifice, what do you think this whole thing is being fair on Annie? Or would you agree with Nima that you blame her for this whole thing, for putting it out in the social media in the first place?
You know, one thing is that with pain, sometimes you become irrational. And I'm sure wherever she is now, she'll be unhappy what the backlash is, you know, on her, on her family, even the two-face that she was talking about, she was feeling bad about. But, you know, when I was growing up, sometimes when I would fight with my younger ones, or they would do something to me and I finally lash out, it used to hurt me when my mom would sit me down and say you should have been the bigger man. 2 wrongs don't make you right. And I used to get so upset. Why is it that when people do things to me, I have to always be the one to hold on? And then when I finally just show people just a little of what I can do, everybody gets angry. But from what I've seen now, I now understand why. So if Annie made the first mistake of coming out, there was no one around her that could have said, stop. Now everybody now comes out of the woodworks. Even me, I have something to say. Meaning what? We know where she is coming from a place of pain. Nobody wants to be sitting down somewhere and know that their husband is in another woman's house. Please, paint it however you want to paint it. As a married woman, you have your husband. He goes out of the country for holiday. It's okay. He's gone with his children. It's acceptable. Probably even did a video call, have fun, and then they heard that while you were there, you were with another woman. Because whether we like it or not, she's the baby mama. She's not married to him. There's a relationship. There's a boundary that is meant to be there. You can have a decent, respectful relationship as a baby mama with your baby father and also with the wife at home. After all, she's not the only baby mama. There's another one. And yet there's a better relationship there because there's respect. They understand boundaries. But when you have thrown boundaries away, what would you want the woman to do? Now the woman has made a mistake of coming out. I just expected that the rest of the family would have called her aside. You shouldn't have done that. Someone should have been even magnanimous enough to bring out a statement and say, please give us privacy at this time. We're going through blah, 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 as we're handling this as a family. Not everybody coming out and be throwing things and throwing stones. Not right.
So, you know, nobody wins when we go outside.
Exactly.
Nobody wins. So, no, it's like me. Okay, for instance now, my husband traveled with the kids away for 2 weeks. And I hear that there's somebody who sneaked into one of the rooms. You think I'll come and tell you people? I won't. I will handle him. I will fight that battle, whether on my knees or anyhow I want to fight it. It's when I'm done with the battle, I may now whisper to you people as my girls. See what happens.
Not even to the world.
Not when it's happening. Because, first of all, we need to understand that every action has its reaction.
Okay, I'm going to go on a break. Because, listen, I want us to be as real as possible. This is a man that has women. You see, you are married to a man that has baby mamas. Somebody will say, what do you expect?
How?
Let's go on a break. We'll discuss it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing this matter. As I said earlier, at some point we're going to leave the man issue and then take out the crux of the matter. But I was going to say that when you're married to somebody, you suffered with somebody all through his life. You've been there from the beginning. When you were 15, he was 24. You guys have been through you've been the ground up with him. Now, you now have about 2 baby mamas, I think, or 2 or 3 baby mamas in the picture. As a woman, do you expect the man to be 100% faithful? Is that too much to ask for? Is that possible for this man who has multiple baby mamas? Should we expect him to be faithful? That's the question. Then it comes to you, Nima.
I think expecting
expecting
of him is like a wild goose chase or wishful thinking. It's too much. So accept him the way he is. You were dating him at 15, but you didn't marry him at 15. There was a pattern to him, to his loyalty. Is he the kind of man who, at that time, was focused on you, only you and nobody else? This is a man who had 3 children by the time you were married.
And
I think after you were married, that was when the last one for Pero came. He had another one. He's a polygamist.
Oh.
Accept it or not. That you forced, I'm not saying you forced, I'm not saying she forced, I'm saying, but the fact that you were able to get him to sign a certificate doesn't mean
not getting. He must have.
No, I'm not saying.
However, it has got him to that point.
Nigerians like to do wedding, but most Nigerian men know that they are wedding. They're just signing. Their nature is different. I'm saying most of them, let them come out, the one that have signed, most of them. You know, the fact that he has signed for you doesn't mean that you have groomed him or
giving
taking
him
him back, trained him again, transformed his mind, taking away his nature. So, because he is who he is, I think the people around, because Mariam was saying the people around, because I have people around me, they cooked me up. The people around Annie should have cooked her up on the possibilities of these kind of things.
Ew.
So you are backed up with either forgiving, your own strategy,
Or ignoring.
You choose your battles, and life can just be easy because you see this small head where we get. Of all our body is small.
So you're saying that she should have prepared her mind for times like this.
Times like this.
And not get hurt.
Because this is not the first time. And this reaction is the same. This is not the first. They've had a club fight, herself and Pero. You know, this is not the this reaction cannot continue to be the same. You cannot continue to allow that be predictable. You know, to what you consider your other...
Unfortunately, I want to agree with Nima today. Because, unfortunately, yeah, because the thing is paining me to agree, but she has just laid out the facts. People don't change. We always have these high expectations. We're not the Holy Spirit. We can't transform the heart of man. Someone who has built a pattern to his 20s, his 30s, is difficult to change. What is even most painful is you were there when these baby mamas happened. You were there. So if you were not there and he had gotten the baby mamas and then you came into the picture, it's a different thing. You cannot start demanding, you know, respect and all that, but you were there. So it was happening under your nose. And I don't know how that relationship worked, whether you people will break up and then it happens and you come back, or you were still there and you were just hearing the news that it was happening. But what I want to say is, now that you have married, shouldn't the man at least try to give you that respect as a woman? Shouldn't that man at least try to honor you? You have been, see, we need to be real. It's painful. You have been through all that with him. You are raising those children with him. Shouldn't he at least give you that small respect? Yeah. Even if he wants to do something else, why can't he go outside? Why that same baby mama? Why?
Outside now.
Now, so that's the issue. So I want us to pack Annie Dibia, Innocent Dibia, all of them. Let's not refer to that again. Let's take out this issue of you're married to somebody who has multiple baby mamas. Now, as a woman, how do you manage that relationship? No, let me start with the man. As the man, knowing that you're committed to this person by this document, but maybe your heart and feelings is for this other person too. How do you manage it? Do you have a heart-to-heart talk and say, listen, yes, we are married, but this person is in my life? Or how do you play it out as a man? So that nobody gets hurt because someone isn't hurt.
Just tell the truth. I'm a polygamist and I want to marry several wives.
But that's not illegal.
Oh, they do it now. Everything we discuss, there's nothing new under the sun. There are some people, they give them that special treatment. It's a gift to you. I will go to court with you. I will go to the registry with you. Because you are special. Special in the sense that maybe legally some of the things you make those decisions. But everything else that happens, I will do with the other women. Some women are aware from the very beginning. And you hear now, Nigerian movies, I'm the legal wife. So you don't hold that one on your shoulder because they have put you on a tiny pedestal, they have separated you. Now there's another one where you have said, see, all these things have passed away, I'm with you now. And then you now go back. Now you are the one that you are the one lying.
Exactly.
If you know that you cannot, because also, let's not just blame people who have baby mamas. There are people that don't have baby mamas, they're still outside now. So the thing is, betrayals will happen.
So would you categorize this as a betrayal?
If the agreement was, all these are passed away, and you are my legal wife, and I'm committed to you now, and we're in a monogamous relationship, that's it. But if that was not the agreement from the beginning, and he says to you, sis, this is how we're doing it, I will always be in their lives. And I really like her, she likes me, and things may happen. Some people have been told that, and they know from the beginning. So if that was not the case, then he has betrayed her trust. And when you betray somebody's trust, the person has every right to feel hurt by it.
I'm sorry that we have to bring some facts. He visited his children. She said he slept in the house. She don't take the house to sleep where he sleep. If you sleep for a couch, you come.
No.
See, if he promises you...
That's a possibility. He can slept on the couch.
Wait now, if he promises you to be in a monogamous relationship with you, does he make him take away his fathering his children? He must be in his children's lives. And you must let certain limits happen.
All of us will go together now.
Wait now. For instance, they might say, okay, because you are not secure about him going to visit children visit daddy, and you are still not secure. You know that
that's not happening.
Nigerian women, wait now. Nigerian women, sometimes when Yale children visit, you will do food. Why they gave us a story? You will do food, you will do special food. You will serve plate, you will serve special plate amongst the children of the same man. If you want, choose the one you want to deal with.
That one is different.
But we know this is. Are we going to deny this insecurity?
That's not me. I don't know.
It's not today's story, but we know stepmothers.
Okay, but
we know some who cannot handle this.
Yeah.
This is their insecurities. One insecurity you will choose because you are insecure about the baby mama. You are insecure about the baby child. If there's a link between him and that person forever.
Okay,
you have to deal with
there's also the responsibility of the baby mama too. Shouldn't she also respect that this man is no more in my life? Because she woman to woman matter. I should respect you, women, because we shouldn't be the one hurting each other in this situation.
Women, are you the one saying this one? Women naturally love to hurt other women.
That's not true.
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, we may be, some of us here may be different, but it's because it's a process. We are still understanding ourselves and following up and, developing ourselves to that point where we are genuine. But naturally, a woman who has a baby for a man always feels that's the link to enter this man at any time. And when they're exchanging words, they say it. They say, I don't born for him. I go enter any time where I want. They have that mentality.
Except the man clearly breaks away from that woman. So that former woman, that baby mama, this man will say, this relationship we had, now only picking the join us.
Yes.
But in this case,
there's no clear breaking away.
No, it's not the case.
No, it's not the case.
It's
definitely not the case. The only reason why that woman will have the audacity and the confidence to appear and reappear constantly in that person's life is because that person
there's
has
no boundary.
Yes.
So this man has not drawn the line.
Yes.
The man involved
and he's unwilling to.
He's enjoying it.
For some reason, now that we have admitted that he's unwilling to, and you are married, should that still be an issue after how many years?
Should you accept that fact that my husband has not willingly divorced his mind from this person?
But let me accept this situation of his unwillingness
the answer would be, when this comes up and he goes back to his wife, does he say, oh, I've made another mistake, I did not mean it? Or does he say to her, this is something that is going to be part of our lives forever? One thing is that there's a way they will behave outside. When they go home, there's a way they tell the wife outside what happened. She seduced me. I was on my own, and then she called me, and then she made me do something. She hit my leg, and then I fell down on top of her.
We're going to break. So are we saying that the man involved is a weak man?
No.
It's true now, because a man who is a strong man would not sleep in that house.
No. He wants to sleep in the house.
That this house.
He wants to sleep in the house.
He's a strong man that can do that. A weak man that does not like wahala will run away. Please, I'm too weak for this wahala. For a strong man, let's go. I will face it in front.
I will explain to my wife later.
Let's go on a break. I'm a little confused now. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks. We're still discussing this very, very highly complex issue, family matters. And we haven't discussed the issue, we were talking before the break, the issue of the other woman, the fact that we expect some sort of decency, decorum from that other woman, knowing that this man that she probably you have 3 children for, is committed legally to somebody else. How should you distance yourself from that person? What role as a woman should you respectfully play in that kind of scenario? That's one angle. And we've not touched on the angle of the family. I mean, it's quite painful that even when all this came out, family members are going back and forth. So yes, you said earlier that it's wrong for a woman to bring out her dirty linens in social media. But unfortunately, when family don't even back you up, it makes it even worse. So how does the family handle these kinds of situations? So I'll come to you, Nima, on the issue of the woman, yes.
Okay, so I always say it all the time. I respect, and I would love that, you know, they respect each other. I would love, but these two people have been cat and mouse relationship forever. They seem to be unable to see eye to eye. Whenever you see Annie and any other of Two-Face's children, I just need to put this one out there. You will see the other woman, not Eros' children. So it seems like they are unable to meet. Yeah. But this woman in question 2 has refused to move on. The other woman married, but she's still unmarried. So probably the emotions are still very high for the man. So she's still very emotionally married to this man. Ew. So the case here is a case of who first, how would we put the Yali and the Yawo position? Is it who first born or who first come? Because as it is now, these two women are very important to this man. Whether they like it or not, both of them must find a middle ground to meet eye to eye.
So are we saying that this is a polygamous relationship? Because it's not supposed to be.
Well, that's
from what it's looking like, you're saying that it's a polygamous relationship where a woman involved should accept that, okay, this man has 3 children, this woman has 3 children, her husband. Let me just accept that she's wife too. There's nothing I can do about that. Is that what we're saying here?
Because this battle goes into inheritance, whether you like it or not. Ew. A woman that means this situation and she born for your husband, she's ready for you. If the man died tomorrow, you want to claim anything.
Should we claim something too now?
So a man who is, when you asked about what the man does, the men that I saw growing up, what they did, wise men, is to create a trust. Reassure the outside woman, her own place. Give her some reassurances, give the one inside their reassurances. When all those fears of materialism is taken care of, they will be calming down on who owns who. And who is Mr. Who? That's
okay, I'll come to you. Let me take this call. Good morning, Engineer Debussy. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, for years I've always wanted to call your view, but I'm successful today.
Fantastic.
So I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. What about Tokwe?
She's out of the country right now. Yes.
Okay, that's good. Yes, Nema, I like your opinion on issues. You're always very, very frank. It's as if you always say my mind. I don't know why. These are name of a woman. Yeah. The Ugochukwu Botu is not bad. Likewise, Mariam Lunge.
With the analysis.
Yeah, and our Oga, Morayo Avolabi Brown, very brilliant. I really thank God for all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, regarding today's topic.
Yes.
Today's topic, very, very interesting. I don't believe that Idibia wife, she's not sincere to herself. Women deceive themselves a lot. Except my mother, women deceive themselves a lot. A man that has been having relationship, giving birth to children, you will come today and change him. You are a fool. No, let's be very realistic. How possible? See, sex is the biggest worship in life. Once you have entered a woman, you can enter that woman forever.
Hey.
The best thing is you don't see again physically. That is just it. That's why some people, when they get married to their wife, they take their wife from that location to another place. Because as far as it's seeing our old people, except it becomes so ugly or something happened to her, whoever is a friend forever. You guys knows it. Check your mind.
Yeah. Thank
you.
So
how can the wife say Dibia that we all know, who has been like this all his life, a celebrity or whatever you people call their sort, will change today? Oh, you are the Holy Spirit, Abby.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Debussy, for your views on this.
Wow.
Just to remind Nigerians that with the word fool, it can be strong. In Nigeria, the way we see fool is a bad word, but dictionary-wise, It's a person who acts unwisely. So it's based on how the context and how it's used, but we don't want to insult anybody here. But yes, let's move on.
I wanted to talk about, you know, when I watch Oyibo films, I see when a marriage or, you know, relationship between the baby mama and the baby daddy, when they want to co-parent, which is what I see that they are trying to, you know, replicate, is that you have the children, whoever is handling the children, then when it's time to see the other person, you take the children to that place and you excuse yourself. So you are not in the same, under the same roof with your baby mama or baby daddy. If it's time, if it's Saturdays, weekends that they pick up the children and then they bring them back. If you have to attend school ceremonies and everything, you can attend together and then you leave. But when it comes to having to stay under one roof for whatever reason, I think it's disrespectful to the person in the house, especially if you have not had conversations on how this is done. There's this Oyibo actor that co-parents, you know, public figure, I think it's the Smiths or something. When they want to do that sort of travel, they all travel together. Smith, yes, they travel together, the Yale and the second. Yes, they all go on vacation together. So you are seeing everything is clear. It's about transparency. It's about honesty. It's about integrity. You have a pattern already that it's easy for people not to trust you. And then you keep putting yourself in the same situations and circumstances to further prove that you cannot be trusted. I think we need to be real in these relationships. Let us make it plain. If remember, are you accepting this person as a second? And you, this is it, oh, this person must be here. Anytime she comes, I'll give her access. Let her know. If she knows, she won't go outside quarreling. No. I don't think she will.
So if we remember the Diana, Camilla, Prince Charles story, this kind of situation where Camilla's always been in the picture. But he married Princess Diana. You know, these are real life situations where we have to face it and know what the demons are. Who am I fighting? So do I want to fight this person till the day I die? Or do I want to accept the excesses, the negativity, you know, that this person will be in the picture whether I like it or not? Because I want peace of, at the end of the day,
it has happened.
My mom is 75 years old, and even my mother-in-law, when I see them, I realize that when you are old, what you want is peace of mind.
I'm telling you.
At the end of the day, after all the
I'm telling
you just want
level
peace
that I
of
have
mind.
It's
even peace me I'm
looking for now.
So, wow, as a woman, where do you start saying, you know what, I want peace of mind. I don't need this.
Diana's case is even multiply complicated because there was a standard that the situation she found herself required of her. Even though, what's his name, Charles wasn't that like that. But she had some commitments that doubly complicated her situation. But she comported herself better.
Let me take Moyo that comes to Mariam. Moyo, are you there, Moyo?
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I have similar experience.
Okay.
But I'm not married.
Okay.
When I told my dad about a particular man I met, he's divorced, but he has a baby. He told me, and I was grateful for his honesty and integrity. He told me, can you handle it? So I spoke with my dad, and I agree with his previous caller. Men are more honest when they decide to say the truth. So my dad said, as long as that child is here, she will always be an instrument or avenue for the woman to enter, whether you like it or not. And you can never separate a child from the mother or the father. So wherever he wants to do anything, you always be the second person. He's the child first. And that woman will always take advantage of that situation. Is this what you want? Choose your battles.
Thank you, Moyo. Yes,
so
ma'am.
that was what my father told me. I had to sleep on it for days. It was painful. Because I'm in my 30s to say a man should go. And I really want to get married. So my father was not telling me that it is not about getting married, it's about staying married. Everybody, the wedding is the beginning. It's just like doing matric. The work starts after the wedding. Forget wedding. That's not the issue. That's not the priority. That's number one. Then number two, when you have family friction, social media is not the next place to go. Social media audience are only going to be entertained. They don't solve any issue. They're always taking sides. And moreover, Two-Face is a celebrity. They don't know his character inside the house. You only know the celebrity stuff outside. So naturally, they'll be like, my favorite musician. They knowing the nitty-gritty of what is going on inside the house. So whatever, and though I'm not striking anybody, though maybe another issue is that maybe Annie did not tell anybody to vent to. Maybe one very close, trusting friend, or a confidant, or a mother. There should be a mother in your family, or a big sister or auntie that should say, "Oh, yeah, calm down. Look at these issues." There should be a church mommy or something like that. So a deacon or somebody.
Thank you so much, Moyo. Thank you very much, Moyo. Yes, Mary, you're going to say something for the break.
Yeah, you know, you were saying wanting peace of mind, and I understand, you know, that we all want peace of mind. And usually that's why we pick our partners. We want to have peace of mind within the marriage with our partners. We want to give each other peace of mind. So I don't think anyone is going to a marriage to fight each other. That's not the aim of that marriage. But the lack of peace of mind comes where people betray each other's trust, where you betray, you know, when you do not keep to the promise that you say you would keep. So I did not come in here to cause war, but you have betrayed my trust. And you have done it consistently over time, and it does not seem like you're really sorry and you're about to change, and that's where it comes in. In seeking peace of mind, we must also acknowledge that we have done wrong. We have also need to take steps to, you know, to make up for the wrong that we have done. In this particular case, this woman is on a journey for me to seek her own peace of mind. And in doing that, first she will face the problem right in front of her. You, Mr. Man, you're the one causing me my problem. And right now, on this journey to wherever I'm going, I am deeply hurt. And, you know, because I heard that there were some responses to her, "Oh, this happened pre-COVID." Hello. I don't know how, because it happened pre-COVID, then the event and how I should feel should just disappear. It takes some time. So for me, if you want peace of mind, then be true to your words, be true to your commitments and everything. And when you have done wrong, truly apologize for it, and then have a conversation with whoever it is you're in a relationship with, and you move on. You cannot get peace of mind by just assuming that, oh, because I'm a man, a woman should understand that men are not honest. I feel that men should even be insulted when every time people just put a blanket statement that all men are like this. There are some men that have various relationships with women, ex-wives and everything, and they have kept, and they have created boundaries, and they have maintain decent, committed relationships. Why does everything have to be that men just do that?
Hassan, are you there from Lekki? Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Look, we are repeating one thing at the same time all the time. You see, my sympathy goes to that woman. You know, I sympathize with her so much. And secondly, I sympathize to the husband of that baby mama, because the way I see him is so married. Her mind is somewhere while she's living somewhere.
She's not married. She's not married.
That's it.
The baby mama is not.
She's not married.
And let me just tell you one thing again. You see, this kind of an issue is coming up because of the money and the fame involved. What kind of audacity is that? Because you have children with a woman, then you went on vacation in the same place and you are sleeping in the room of your baby mama. That is an abomination.
Yes, it can be 3 bedrooms.
You understand?
Yes,
you
sir.
see, and one thing came to fall here. You will see men, me and a man, you will see men get married to a woman that this one is peaceful. She's good as a housewife. Why this one is good in bed? Let them continue with her as a baby mama. That is the typical case of what we are seeing now. But what is bad. For her to voice out her anger is justified. Let her say it. If you don't go, if you are ready to marry baby mama, take her in.
Yeah,
exactly.
Thank you, Hassan. Let me talk about the... I'll come to comments now.
Okay.
Let's talk about the court of social media, because the fact that we bring issues here... So I know this is the 21st century, and obviously we want to vent, things happen, and you feel like nobody wants to... You've not been heard. You want to be heard. So you come on social media. It's our new life and new way of doing things. But the issue of family, many homes today have issues with family. Either your husband's family don't like you, you don't like them. We are all kind of just managing it.
Each other.
Maybe you hate your mother-in-law, she hates you. We all kind of just manage it within that sphere of our home. But bringing that matter on social media, yes, there's a matter with you and your husband and baby mama, that one is separate, but saying that your family doesn't like me or stuff like bringing family matters. Now, the question therefore is that women obviously naturally go through these kind of emotions. Should we now resolve to social media to vent? Because sometimes when you are going through a lot in the family, it's because you don't have anybody to talk to, that you're busting out. But social media sometimes can be therapeutic, where I've said it out and I've said it, and you feel better about it.
You know,
so do you think that, I mean, it's a good thing to bring out these issues that we manage in our homes out on social media?
If you want to vent, I've said it here before, if you want to vent, take your phone, take a video of you venting, don't post it. Because just the backlash, what would you gain from social media? Who are the people on social media?
Your view will discuss it.
Yes, your view will discuss it, but that's not even what you want.
The blogs will
you
carry
just
it.
did it because you wanted to vent. And I understand that thing of wanting to vent. Sometimes you find people, they have an issue, they call a trusted friend, and they vent to that trusted friend. What betide you vent to an untrusted friend? You know that venting will be taken out and spread all across.
Proportion.
Because you know, a trusted friend understands, and she's saying it now because this is how she feels right now. She's not going to carry it out. She's just doing it, and they give you that time, you vent, and then you go. And you know that anything you have said in that moment, sealed and done. You put it on social media, where people were already waiting to see you break, waiting to see you fall apart, and you have now fed them their food. My sister,
And you have finished the matter. So for me,
it.
I was reading recently, and I just realized that there are different emotions that we go through as human beings with, you know, the circumstances around us when issues happen. And every human being has a time where they go through the low mood and the high mood. The high mood, when a situation happens, because you are in a high mood, the perception you use to view what has happened is different from when it happens when you're in a low mood. And it's advised that you do not take some decisions when you're in a low mood. You do not take certain decisions when you are upset. You do not take certain decisions when you are brooding, when you are depressed. You hold on to those decisions and take it when you have lightened up. You will see that you would have given a different, you know, meaning to what has happened. So what I would advise when you are feeling, you know, terrible, you need to vent, and there's nobody around you who you trust to listen to you, find the number of a therapist, the number of a counselor, the number of a life coach. Call them and tell them, I want to book a session because I need somebody to listen to me, and do all the venting you can do. A few days back, when they play back what you have said, you would even feel ashamed on some of those things that came out of you, because we will always have issues. They are what they call family secrets that people are not supposed to give out. But in anger, you can just expose everything that you can never take back.
Trudy, are you there? You've been holding for a while. Trudy, you're live. Oh, I think I lost it. I'm so sorry.
So
let's take a message from Facebook.
To professionals is the right thing to do. But if you have... I do the unusual. I went to my sisters-in-law, so I must shout out to them. If I have an issue, I can call my sisters-in-law and vent, and the matter dies between the two of us, and they take an extra step to ensure that I'm happy.
Yes.
So you can be that person out there and be like that to your wife. But let me just take this with Tubes. Zainab Naria says, Two-Face didn't put boundaries, so also didn't Pero. Ebele Wanfo says, the truth is that Annie should look inwards. A married and married. If I have serious, I'm married. If I have serious issues with my husband, none of his siblings support him. How can the whole house be against you? That's a serious one.
Is it the whole house?
Yeah, it seems like, Ayinde Oluwaseun says, Pero has 3 kids for Two-Face, for Christ's sake. They are both entitled to Two-Face. Shade Ponle says, let's forget about Doris Simeon and her son David. She had to distance herself from Daniel, her ex-husband, but she's still close to her son. Annie should know that she's not the only one involved.
So that one puts boundaries.
In Two-Face's life.
And he moved on.
Yeah, Rolake says, I wonder why women always think a man belongs to them. The man only belongs to you as long as you know. Women should respect themselves and accept whatever comes their way. Because if you die fighting for a man, you regret it.
That is CEO says, I feel the baby mama is wrong for their act. If a man has picked a wife already, the baby mama should excuse themselves.
Stay in your lane. I mean, if I were the person in the US, maybe the kids come over, respectfully, I'll get a different flat. Okay, my kids are there hanging out. I see my children all the time. So I would find a different place out of respect.
But is it that women also find it hard? A man even comes with his bad behavior and says, I want to sleep here tonight. And then you cannot walk him out.
Yes, like, you get out. You are plenty women. Get out. Just exactly. I'm like, go and get a hotel room.
If the woman
because
has moved
it shows that woman is having respect for herself. So let's talk to that. Let's talk to that.
Hasn't moved on.
Before we talk to that, let's talk to the people living with him.
Okay.
Let's the third parties in the marriage. Okay. Unfortunately, in this story, we have family members from her side, family members from his side living in the house.
No, that one is not one. Family members live in people's houses.
Now, there's a way you comport yourself.
When you're living in the house?
Yes.
Okay. When you live in whose house? Your
brother's wife. I can understand mother, father. I cannot understand brother and sister. Except you are a minor. If you have reached adulthood, find a place for them to live. And if you live there, please be discreet. Disappear. In fact,
give them space.
Disappear. Don't let anybody see you. Don't get in their issues.
Give them space. Okay, so much knowledge. I want to take a call, but you see. Good morning. Are you there? Hello. Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please. Morning, Neka.
Okay. Please, I want to add to what I don't know if it was that said about seeing a therapist. You could, a woman in this situation, if you know you want to bridge, you have to journal at least, to write down whatever you're doing. Then, a man who respects his wife would not put himself in front of the situation and to take down his wife's mind. This is simple. Before you go to that vacation, make arrangements. Rent another place 20 times with the kids. I feel he can afford that. You do that. If you have respect, the little bit of respect for her, you will put this arrangement in order to move every iota of doubt from the heart of your wife. Except he doesn't care how she feels or feels. I don't want to judge her based on how she got her story to social media. But then again, I can understand why. But bringing it to family is bad.
Thank you very much, Neka. So there's a part because we have very little time left. That part of the other woman
who hasn't moved on.
So you're a woman. You have 3 children for a man who has chosen to marry somebody else.
You're not supposed to
move on. I know 3 children is a lot. I mean, she's not.
It's not easy.
We have 3. So it's like but how realistic is it for someone like me? I have a child. I have 3 children for a man who has married Mariam. How do I move on?
For me, I would even be upset that you left me and married somebody else. I won't talk to you again for the rest of my life. That's my movie. Yes, but not it doesn't work like that for everybody. There are people who, because the truth is we don't know exactly what happened in that relationship that they had and the reason why he did not marry her. So they could have had this back and forth. There are some people's relationship that has to be turbulent for them to feel is real love. They call it a flame something. I can't remember the exact words now. But then they may still both have the feelings, but probably because of one character flaw or something, they are not able to be together. Every time they see themselves, they feel it's an opportunity to just connect. We can't live together, but we can run things. So they may be in that space. The man in question needs to put his foot down if he's not enjoying it, because the truth is he may just be having fun, just be playing with 2 of them. It's an opportunity for me. Exactly. It's an opportunity for me to enjoy here and enjoy here, goosey here, okra here, and I'm moving on. But if he's sincere, a woman who is still emotionally connected to you, it's your job as a man to say no. This is not going to happen again. You know what? Stay in that place. I'll stay. Next time, I'm not coming. No, I'm threatening her now.
Even for the baby mama out there too, in order to move on and for other people to see you, they also need to know that you are available mentally, emotionally, and physically. They cannot be seeing and hearing story of you inside and outside this man's business. That's for people outside. They are looking to you. They want a committed relationship, but they are not sure where you stand. Here you are in this person's marriage. You are inside today, you are outside today. You are not emotionally available because when they sit down and take you out on dates, all you talk about is this ex-person from many years ago. You don't leave yourself open for relationships to happen.
This man might be a weak man because you see, he's still feeling pity that, she has 3 children for me. How will she marry again? Maybe nobody will. Let me just be that person for her.
Why you don't marry her?
There's that sense of, I still feel I'm responsible for her happiness.
Then marry her. Marry her. Put her inside your house.
Polygamy is illegal.
Illegal how?
No, in Nigeria. No,
it's not illegal. She's in the abroad.
You go and do traditional. But you do traditional. You won't do court.
But we do it in Nigeria.
No, we do.
Then you now sit everybody.
We do alternative.
You sit everybody down and say, we have decided we're doing traditional weddings.
So then when she comes in, we should not be first or second wife.
She'll be second now.
It doesn't matter.
Because
now she first get elder children.
Don't be the only monogamous person.
Let me take this call. Let me pause you for a second. I want to hear your point.
Don't be the only what?
Hello, good morning. Are you there, Andy?
Yeah.
All right, you walk back on. Andy, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, ladies. This is Andy from UK.
Yes. Morning.
I've been listening to your conversation, and the conversation today is a very interesting one. And I just have a little to contribute to this. Regarding the issue of this baby mama or the baby father, whatever they call it. So you can understand that the lady that have a child with a baby, he set a trap for him by not marrying another man. So if, according to our saying, the road you have passed before, even if you close your eyes, you can still pass it through. So did they have once passed through that road? Any day, anytime you see that person, the road is still clear for you to pass. It is sense that that lady, she's setting a trap for the father. If she marry another person, I don't think they will have the right to go to her house to sleep or to do whatever thing she want to do with her. So for the one at home, he knew what he's expecting, what she's participating in that relationship, that one day something must surely happen.
Ew.
Because of the child that is bounding the two of them, the baby and the baby mama together.
All right.
For that simple reason, she has to take heart and bear whatever things that come out of that relationship.
Thank you, Andy. Nima, we've not talked about the children involved in this matter. Because you see, there was an initial turbulence of who is mommy, who is daddy, who is marrying, whatever. And then that happened. There seemed to be a proper structure in place. Where, okay, somebody's in the US, somebody is this, daddy has a proper family now, and we know where everybody is. But with this back and forth, so the irrationality of posting this kind of stuff on social media puts the children in that light where they're not confused. So, yes, don't do things when you're angry, because there are other, as a family and they're adults, there are children involved in this, and they have friends. They have friends where they're talking about this stuff. So we as mothers and fathers, we must take responsibility in our actions. Don't let your action be when you are most angry, because at that time you can be irrational.
Yeah, and being an adult, being a father or a mother takes you away from being selfish 100% of the time. So now you are not supposed to just be thinking about yourself and how exactly I feel and how I want to throw off my shoes and jump up and do this and show them that I have power. You also be thinking about the effect of your actions on your children, the effect of your actions on your family members. But in this case, unfortunately, it seems like even her own family members are not even there to give her a cushion for whatever she's going through. How dare you come out to say, I'm disowning you, I'm not aware, even if she's a killer, even if she's a terrible human being, the fact that she's going through whatever it is she claims she's going through, because we don't have a right to invalidate another person's feeling. She's the one going through it, and she has the right to say, this is what I'm feeling, I'm not good with this. Can't we even try as much as possible to support those sort of people? Shut up. Or keep quiet.
That's it. Shut up.
Or keep quiet.
They say we have nothing nice
we
to
need to do more as family members.
There's the part of what I said earlier, don't be the only monogamous person in your relationship. So your realities, our realities are different. Our realities are different.
It's dumb. That's the Igbo lifestyle. It's me and my husband.
No,
me, myself,
you're not Ruka wife and you know,
and you are alone.
You know, and you make these conversations, let these things worry you. This man and the baby mama are obviously polygamists. They don't care what documents he signed with you. You know, and if he's not going to take a clear decision, like Doris Simon's case, he divorced her. He moved on with another woman. you know, if he doesn't want to take a clear decision of breaking off this relationship and structuring custodial and co-parenting, there are ways they structure it.
Yeah.
And as long as it is not well structured, they're in a polygamy, and you must understand it. So you know what you are now, because you are back to that information, you know what your demands are and how you want to clear yourself. Either you want to take it the extreme and cause a divorce so that all of you are now outside. Because you see these younger ones now, the two of them that are reigning. You will see them, they are baby mama in everywhere. They are not settling down.
Who is that one again?
The two that they are watching the things that are happening to people that are committed.
Okay.
And saying they'd rather avoid it.
Talking about the children, all these cruel career movements, the children don't even like it either. Where they are wondering, okay, daddy comes at night, and then first in the morning he's off, and then we see him on social media with, you know, the other person.
Family.
It breeds hatred for the children. Now start having some sort of animosity towards each other. Like, so why is daddy not in my house? But if the children already understand, this daddy is married to this person. Mommy and daddy used to be together, but now we have moved on. Here we are. They understand. Children like structure.
Yeah.
So when they understand how to now respect everybody. But all this bad behavior, entering and hiding and moving, even the children, yes. So let's think about that as well.
Okay, we have to wrap up, guys. I think we've done justice to this topic. Any final words, Nima?
My heart goes out to her. I think she's not well. I think she needs counseling and she needs help of the women around her. They've done it before. Somebody should talk to her so that she's in control of her emotions and how the decisions she makes further. Whatever decision she makes, she owns it, and you know, social media cannot help.
I think all the family members need to have a meeting. They need to talk to themselves. If there are any adults, any elders in that family, this is the time for them to step in and ensure that there is peace. Everybody should state their mind. This is what I want. This is what will work for me. And we find a way to meet each other halfway.
Yeah, and for me, for her, in her quiet place, she should tell herself the truth. She now understands exactly what the position is, and she should act accordingly in a way that will bring her peace of mind.
And for me, I feel that the real factor in this situation is the man involved. You must take charge. That's what a man's supposed to do. Be a leader. Lead. Create the structure. Be clear what you want. You have to be very crystal clear what you are, who does what, and what you want your family to achieve. Once the man in the picture lacks leadership, everything else falls apart. That's how I see it. All right. Have a fabulous weekend. See you Monday. Bye for now.
Rainy weekend.